points, and I'm
So
bring them all up.
you got to think like an attorney, I guess. You got to make them prove their
He knows the law, and he's going to help me.
How does he know the law?
He's read it and studied it and all that stuff. He's trying to give me pointers on Ronald on what to do when I go in front of the city council.
Well,
the
first thing to do is to
and you give me $30. That's a retail sale.
Understand that you can't go in and argue. You're either going to accept or conditionally accept any type of a contract that is being put against you or a claim. So for instance, if a person comes to you and says, you can't do this, you ask them their name, not their title, and then you ask them if they have a claim against you, and if they don't, then you ask them, okay, well, do you know anyone who does have a claim against me? Now it's incumbent upon that person to bring you the claim. And if there is no claim against you, then there is no further need for conversation. Then all business is concluded there and you can go about your business.
It's the Ronald Show, starring Ronald, documenting the collapse of life as we know it, as perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the host of the Ronald Show, Ronald.
What if a government intelligence analyst from the Pentagon is forced to save mankind from extinction and the world from destruction, but first he must evolve into the Messiah and create the plan to save the world? The 21st century Messiah arrives, battles dark forces, and sparks the Armageddon that leads to the apocalypse, rapture, the 2012 pole shift, and extraterrestrial contact. Buy the book today by Ronald Farnham at Amazon and Barnes & Noble. The Second Coming of the Messiah, Book 1, The Awakening.
All right. Well, the cops are here, so let's see what happens.
Good morning.
Good morning, how are you doing?
Doing good.
Good, good.
Been in contact with anybody from code enforcement recently? You're not going to talk to me?
I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about.
I just asked you if you're going to talk to me.
Oh, I don't know you.
Meaning you're not going to talk to me.
Right, do I have to?
No, you don't have to.
Oh, okay. All right, good. Yeah, then unless you want to talk about sheets or business or something, if you want to, if you're here as a customer, I'll answer any of your questions regarding any of our products. Oh, I'm just doing my show, by the way. This is the my video show. I monitor my own life. So, do you want to say hi to the viewing audience? No.
Good morning.
Morning.
How are you?
Well, not too good now.
What's wrong? I did what the officer told me to do yesterday, and I took my signs down. That's all I was told to do, and I was told by other officers that it was okay that I would sit up here.
What officer? A police officer?
Yes, sir.
Code enforcement officer.
Police officer. They've actually came and bought and purchased items from my food. Not that that means anything. I'm just saying.
Here's the issue.
I've been given mixed signals.
Here's the issue. Police officers don't deal with code enforcement violations.
I'm already dealing with code enforcement. Okay. I'm already going to see them on February 8th. I have an appointment.
What I'm getting at is that I got a phone call today, this morning, from apparently a member of some sort of homeowners association of this area.
There's no association.
I can't say yea or nay.
Okay, I pay no association fees.
Okay.
And there is no association.
All right.
So you're taking a lie.
It doesn't matter if he's, the mayor of West Melbourne or he's the guy next door. It's irregardless. His issue is that he's getting multiple complaints from neighbors about the sales business that's going on here. Whether it's illegal or not illegal, I personally don't care, okay? But somebody in the neighborhood has a problem with it.
Today's my last day here.
And this person claims...
Now remember, as you're watching the show, listen to how a verbal contract is made. It can either be done...
So when I came
Ronald, I want...
I'm doing my show,
I need
Adrian.
quiet, though. I can't hear both
sorry.
at the same time.
All right, just listen. Pay close attention to how things are worded.
I do know
You're a
this.
girl.
I have 3 little kids, a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old, a 4-year-old. I'm not bothering anybody. People are glad I'm here. The officer
Well,
asked
you're
me
going to find people that
find trouble with everything you do.
that, and then you're going to find people that appreciate what you're doing.
And I do. Lots of people.
And times are tough, and if I had to do garage sales to survive, I might be right in your same shoes.
It's a...
So,
Whatever the
what
law
I'm trying
is,
to tell
it's
you
a
is that
ridiculous law.
I'm of a neutral position. I don't care one way or the other. Okay? But when somebody complains to me, I have to go by the book.
I had people driving by my house at 2 o'clock in the morning with music blaring out, rattling my windows while my babies are sleeping.
Remember,
That's
arguing a
illegal.
verbal
Nothing has been
contract
ever done about
can
it.
never result in
Nothing.
an honorable
I'm
way
not disturbing anyone,
of
keeping the
honoring
peace.
a verbal
I'm
contract.
minding my own business.
Here is argument. It can never come
It's
out
not
to
right.
a
I agree.
positive,
It's not right.
honorable
Cars get broken into in the
way
middle
of
the
handling a
night.
verbal agreement.
That's that's the kind of stuff that should be bothering the citizens of this community, not me selling stuff out of my driveway and trying to make a living.
Everything should be
It's
done
it's the woman in that
in
house
truth
down there came
and
over
by
to me.
asking
She's come
questions.
over and harassed me. She told him,
And then
"You're getting
answering
fined, you're
conditionally
gonna get in
or
trouble, you're
accepting
this."
conditionally
She called
or
code
accepting
enforcement
the verbal
a bunch
agreement.
of times. The cops came. I talked to him. He said, "You know what? Everyone has to do what they have
But
to do.
arguing,
to make a living.
which is
That
what you're
woman's
hearing,
chomping at the bit. She's not telling
will
you
never
the truth. She's
result
not
in
gonna get
honoring
paid
a
for
verbal
fine.
contract.
They close at 3:30.
It just puts
or
you
whatever
in
time they
more
close.
of a
She was
dishonorable
mad.
position.
I was set up on Palm Bay Road at Billy D's. The cops came by and bought stuff from us.
Well, when you're on Palm Bay Road, if you're on the north side of the road or the south side of the road,
North side.
north side is Melbourne or West
No, I
Melbourne?
was down in Palm Bay. Down by
Oh.
Billy D's ice cream.
Oh, right. Well,
Um,
see, that creates a whole different environment. If you're in a industrial business zoning area, it's a whole different set of rules.
I've just been jumping through the hoops trying to get trying to procure a property in West Melbourne on the
Rules,
corner of Ellis and
remember,
Wickham. I've been
regarding
on the phone
commercial
with the
law.
city every day
verbal
I
contract
looked
law.
at other locations.
There is
I
private
probably
commerce,
looked at
public commerce.
air assets and cold tank, but that lot's empty, and people are allowed to set up there. So
What
I
is-
called.
Oh, Bear Assets in West Malvern.
I've called vets to set up there. It's not like I'm not trying to find a spot, but in the meantime,
Today is
I have an
Sunday,
investment in product that I need to sell.
January
And it's my room, it's my driveway.
23rd,
I agree. Listen, if you go down to the
approximately
What are the pictures for?
10
Can you
a.m.
No. That way nobody can say you did or didn't, or he or somebody. I don't know who put up advertisement signs. I don't know who erected this. I don't know who is selling product.
Well, I'm
The fact is, I haven't seen any sales.
Now remember, he doesn't mean him, the human
And
being.
you know what? I'm not
He
selling
means
it.
himself, the law enforcement officer.
Don't.
It's a matter of keeping the conversation going, and now
I didn't.
the contract is
Let me go
becoming
back a little
further dishonored.
I'm a firm believer in the Constitution.
The Constitution was a promise to pay the debt from
I
the Civil
firmly
War,
believe
of which now
this whole
our
idea of
economy is
government
tied to in a debt position.
seizing control,
So the
for the
Constitution
purposes
is no
of
longer in effect.
expanding a road or putting in a drainage canal. Or
As you know, in
some
1853, the
irresponsible,
federal corporation
illegal, yada, yada, yada.
became a
On the other
democracy,
side,
and a democracy is a military
if you're a
corporation
scientist and you decide that you're going to
through police
hydrogen
enforcement.
gas and do all of these positive scientific experiments for the purpose of bettering a product or bettering mankind in some fashion, I don't want a hydrogen bomb sitting next to my house.
Can I tell you something?
So my point is that there's both sides of the argument.
But here's the way to solve it. Everything should be based on you can do it as long as you're not harming yourself or others.
But other people can claim that there is harm.
I'm not harming anyone.
One person's harm
I'm
is
not causing
another.
any mental
In a commercial contract,
Let's say
one
I-
person must file a claim. Now, my three questions would be, do you have a claim against me? Do you know anyone who does have a claim against me?
Now, if it wasn't
Once he starts bringing up a claim, that's when you ask, do you have a claim
then
against
I
me?
would be causing harm.
Do
And I
you
would
know
feel-
anyone who does have a claim against me?
Should be based on whether you're harming yourself. If you go through your whole life saying, I'm going to base all my decisions on whether I'm harming
Here again is
myself
more
or
argument,
you
further
won't drink,
dishonoring
you
the
won't do
verbal
drugs,
contract.
You won't fight, you won't stay up late, you won't eat unhealthy, and you won't do anything in your community to
So
harm
you're
anyone.
saying that each circumstance
Should be based on whether
based-
you're harming yourself or someone else.
individually examined.
Every decision
And
you make in
this
your
is
life,
potentially
I
a
base every
trust
decision on that.
Judgment situation.
If every individual
So-
circumstance should be evaluated on its own merits, why do I have to inform you that I'm trying to sell my home and this is disrupting my sales?
I would know you were saying that.
But why would I have
Because
to
we
inform you?
communicate. We're neighbors. No man is an island. I communicate with my neighbors. I communicate with Agnes Starr.
I don't think in this lady. I don't
Remember, there is no claim
That's not who I am.
until there is a claim made from one human being to another human being. And that can only be if there are personal damages involved. All claims are commercial or
Anyway,
damage.
just so you know, today is my last day in this thing. I wasn't planning on setting up here anymore. And when I do go in front of court,
Now there's the potentiality for a verbal contract agreement right here through acceptance or conditional
It
acceptance.
takes somebody who has nothing to lose and wants to stick to principle to fight the government all the way to the wall that says this is a complete violation of my constitutional right for pursuit of happiness and freedom.
The Constitution is no longer in effect. That's either misinformation or disinformation. So he's either misinformed or providing disinformation, and obviously does not know 100% about the law and law enforcement. Remember, many times when you're speaking with a law enforcement officer, they don't always practice or know the law and verbal agreements.
You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't do these types of investigations because it's not my job description.
Well, because I've been cited by code enforcement and I have an appointment on the 8th, they gave me 5 days to.
So what, do you have a hearing thing or something because you got cited?
And I have to go on the 8th.
And what rule did they say you violated?
I have to sign stuff. And I'm not supposed to be selling in a residential area.
Okay.
But I'm not breaking the law, I'm breaking the code.
So they're saying that because you
I'm
have
violating a code, not violating a law.
right, they're saying that you have signs posted. Okay. Is it because it's on the right of way?
No, it's because you're just not supposed to have signs.
What if I have a sign on that side of the sidewalk where the easement isn't governed by the government?
They have the right to take away
Did you
any
follow
sign.
what I just said?
Yeah.
If I put a sign in the back window of my car that says "Vote for President Obama" or "For
See,
sale,"
now he's posing hypothetical
this Chevy
situations
or
to
Honda van for sale,
further put Adrian into dishonor verbally. The thing to do is to just ask the 3 questions. What is your
It's okay
name?
to do that.
why?
Do you have a claim against me? Do you know anyone who does have a claim against me? Now it would be incumbent upon him to show that there is a claim, that either he has a claim or someone does have a claim. If there is no claim, then his business would be concluded here and Adrian could just turn and walk away.
I have been on the other
But
side
by
of the sidewalk
arguing,
most of the time. The only reason I moved
you
is
never
because
win an
I had to get the
argument
cars out.
simply because of the fact that it is an argument and it dishonors verbal contracting.
I'm not
The
trying to
3
hurt
questions are,
anyone.
what is your name?
I'm trying to find
Do
a balance
you
between
have a claim against me?
and the
Do
citizens
you know
between-
anyone who does have a claim
between, I
against
guess,
me?
code violations, whatever.
Well, I took
What's the other violation that you were?
Now, I
Is it just a
would get up
posting signs?
and interject myself into this situation. However,
I'm not supposed to have signs.
I do
with
not
a
want to
flyer
become
they dropped
involved
off me yesterday. And on my
contractually
form
or
that says I
verbally
have an appointment,
um,
a violation
because
doing
of the
retail
potential
sales
danger of the
residential.
situation. So I have to stay out
Which
of
they
it.
didn't prove.
Right. they didn't prove it. So if I come to your
Well, they have to prove it. I didn't do retail sales.
If I come to your house and say, hey, can I cut your grass for $30? And you say, sure, and I cut your grass, and you give me $30. Is that a sale that happened in a residential area? Why is that different than cutting grass versus selling a sheet?
You make good points, and I'm going to
So
bring them all
you
up.
got to think like an attorney, I guess. You got to make them prove their
He knows the law, and he's going to help me.
How does he know the law?
He's read it and studied it and all that stuff. He's trying to give me pointers on Ronald on what to do when I go in front of the city council.
Well,
If I
The
come
first
to you
thing
and
to
say,
do
"Can
is
I mow your
to-
lawn?" and you give me $30, that's a retail sale.
understand that you can't go in and argue. You're either going to accept or conditionally accept any type of a contract that is being put against you or a claim. So for instance, if a person comes to you and says you can't do this, you ask them their name, not their title, and then you ask them if they have a claim against you, and if they don't, then you ask them, okay, well, do you know anyone who does have a claim against me? Now it's incumbent upon that person to bring you the claim. And if there is no claim against you, then there is no further need for conversation. Then all business is concluded there and you can go about your business. It's up to them to bring a claim, or anybody, it's up to anybody to bring a claim against you. And so far you have not received a claim.
No, I haven't, I don't think.
And you can contract however you want. If someone comes up and asks for your permit to do this, you can write up your own contract and produce it and go, here's my permission. Now it's incumbent upon them to counter your offer, your contract, through either acceptance or conditional acceptance. So you have just as much control from a contractual standpoint, because everything is contractual, unless you do property damage. If we set up, if someone was driving by and you threw sheets at them, and you did physical harm to them and their property, that's different. That's not commercial law. That's criminal law. This is all commercial law. And understanding verbal contracting is all you have to know in order to put yourself in an advantageous contractual position with regards to staying honorable. There are 2 ways to honor a contract. Well, 2 ways to handle a contract. All contracts are verbal. Anything written is just a memorandum of a verbal contract. So you can either honorably or dishonor a verbal contract. You dishonor by arguing, which is what you're doing. You honor it by accepting it or conditionally accepting it. If someone says, give me your license, you can give it to them and accept, or you can say, yes, I will give this to you. I just have to know what you're planning on doing with my name. Are you using my public trust, my private trust, my human name? Now you've conditionally accepted and you're still in honor of the contract. Arguing is always in dishonor. So you can accept or conditionally accept. Once you understand verbal contracting, that this is all commercial, then you'll always be in an advantageous position and you'll never need to argue your ground or your rights. It's that simple.
So when I go to the thing and they say to me, are you setting up in your driveway and selling retail stuff, what do I say?
Who wants to know? You ask the name, who has the claim, and who has the claim against you. That's it. Who wants to know? That's what you say. Who is calling me or who wants to know? The judge says, oh, Judge so-and-so. Is that your name or your title? Is that the title that you're doing business with under SEC regulations, or is that a title name?
It's not going to be a judge and sworn in front of the city council.
Right. So who has called you there? Who? You have to. You narrow it down to one person. Does that person have a claim? If that person does not have a claim and doesn't know anyone, you have to word it properly, who does have a claim, then there's no then you can say my business here is concluded, being there no one has come forward to press a claim against me or a color of a claim. And you can turn around and walk out of there. That's it. That's what you do. That's what I would do. That's how I handle my traffic citation. I got pulled over because my rear end slid out, remember? I went to court. Do you have a claim against me? What is your name, Judge what? No. Is that your name or your title? Oh, do you have a claim against me? No. Do you know? Or you can also claim beneficiary of the trust. When you go into court, it's not actually a judgment that you're going to. You're being judged right now. This is the judgment. If you go to court, now you're making your first defense. So a trust has been set up that you can claim beneficiary of and put the judge in charge of as the grantor. So there you go, Adrian. I'll answer law questions all day long.
Hey.
Hi, Ryan. This is my son.
So remember, if you're arguing, you're in dishonor verbally, contractually.
Absolutely.
All right, well, that's all for now. He's asked to move into the shade, and there you go. And he's going to probably try and continue what is going on. And that's the way it goes. All right, so. Okay, so that's the cops, and they are here. All right, so the thing to do is handle it how I did. You don't argue. Stay in honor contractually, verbally, and then nobody can ever take your rights away from you. All right, thanks for watching The Ronald Show. Documenting the collapse of life as we know it is perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex. We'll be back after this. Peace.
Have you ever wanted to write a book? Have you ever wanted to write a screenplay? Have you ever wanted to have your great movie idea turned into a screenplay, turned into a movie, turned into a book, and distributed all over the world? Well, now you can learn how to do it with the great new book by Ronald Farnham, How to Write a Screenplay in 30 Days or Less. It includes the logline, theme, synopsis, outline, and screenplay of the three magic questions. Learn how to write a screenplay in 30 days or less, or your money back. Get it today at Amazon or Barnes & Noble.
Hi everybody, and welcome back to The Ronald Show. I am Ronald, documenting the collapse of life as we know it, as perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex. And part of the reality show is meeting people on the street, and I have a group of people here who are doing something very interesting. They're right here in Palm Bay, Florida, and they are part of a worldwide 5 million people web of people who scour the planet using GPS and satellite technology, hiding things. So this is really interesting. What's your name?
My name is Fred.
Fred?
Jordan. And Maria.
Fred, Jordan, and Maria. So Fred, tell us the name and the website and everything. Tell us about this.
It's geo-caching.com, and it's spelled GEOCACHING.com, obviously. And what it is, it's a group of people that we find little trinkets and whatnot out in the woods.
Right.
And one of the interesting things that is, it takes you to new places. For example, I would have never gone to Christmas, Florida, unless there was something there for me to go find, and we ended up there one day. The other thing is, it's something that I can do with my children.
Yeah.
And it's quote unquote free. Obviously, it's not free
Right.
for your phone and whatnot, but it's a free thing, and it's a great adventure. I mean, the kids really enjoy it. I enjoy it. We do it as a family, so.
And part of this show is, of course, about adventure. As you know, what I've gone through up to this point, I've been documenting my show for like the last year.
Okay.
Being here, going to Los Angeles, coming back, so there's a whole thing. Fred Jordan?
Yeah.
And you're Fred's son?
Yes.
So you guys are out basically on the weekend doing a scavenger hunt looking for these...
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. You know, when he first said, "Hey, you know, let's go in the backwoods looking for, you know, dollar pieces of Tupperware," I'm like, no way. But when
Now
we
we're
first,
hooked.
yeah, now we're hooked. It's really fun.
Really? And then have you hidden anything yet?
Yes,
we have actually. We've hidden a few of them. Once you become a member of the website, you can then have the ability to hide things for other people to go and find. And some of the containers are really tricky. Yeah, they're inside, for example, faucets, fake
Right,
faucets and
right.
whatnot. So I mean, it's very clever, and
And then you have to geo-position where the item is. What does the person give coordinates or something like
the
that?
person gives coordinates, and then it's your job to go out and actually try and find it. The coordinates are only as good as what your GPS is, or the person taking the coordinates. So you get to a general area, and then you really have to, once you found a few, you know kind of what you're looking for,
Yeah.
and then you can zero in on where people hide it.
Have you made a lot of new friends doing this? Like
We've
yeah.
seen
Yeah,
a lot
we've
of
actually
people,
seen a lot of people
doing
doing
it
this.
and kind of make a race out of it.
Really?
You see the car behind us. Oh, they're pulling off at the same spot.
And it's
Hurry
free.
up.
Oh, see, that's and it's like a weekend family thing too, or you do it all throughout the week.
We do it off and on throughout the week.
It's
but
almost like a
mostly
live
weekend.
video game. It seems like
It
where
is.
you're personally involved. That's interesting. So I want to. Let's do. What's the slang or slogan for? Is it like, "Hey, geocache.com will help you in adventure the world"? How'd you find out about geocache?
Actually, my sister and her boyfriend
Geo-Caching.
introduced us to it, and they explained it to us, and I thought they were crazy
Right.
until I looked it up, and they actually took us and found, showed us what we were looking for. And as a matter of fact, this summer we have a summer vacation based around geocaching where things are, because you get different little stamps on your website
Interesting.
for each state and each country that you do.
That is so neat. I'm gonna start running a geocaching, just sponsored by, because I really love the idea. Well, thank you very much, Marie. Right? Maria, Jordan, and Fred. Thanks for joining us, and have fun on your adventure. All right. Thanks for watching the Ronald Show. We'll be back after this. All right, that's it.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you.
I like hosting my own show. I do this all the time, and that's like actually how I meet people.
Yeah.
Is just like that.
Yeah.
Exactly what happened. This happens to me all the time.
That's
Very
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
In fact, think about bringing a video camera with
We
yourself
are.
and
We
me.
actually have
That's
one.
what
Yeah.
we want to do.
Yeah.
we have a, as a matter of fact, Maria and I are going to Ecuador in April.
Right.
And there's a bunch down in Ecuador that we're gonna go try and find.
Should be pretty cool. Though.
I'm just gonna keep it running. That's pretty cool because I really will push it on my show because my show's starting to go real viral too. But it would be fun, like if you guys could turn your whole thing into a reality show, and it's really easy
We've
to do.
We've talked about
We've
it.
actually
talked
about
about
3 weeks ago we talked about that because watching the different things on, for example, we're a big history buff, so we watch the History Channel and whatnot a
Yeah.
lot. And I see a lot of people regurgitating a lot of their shows that they do. I like Pawn Stars, but then now they have Cajun Pawn Stars. So I'm
Yeah.
kind of thinking,
Something new.
yeah, something new. And not only that, but there's a lot of history involved where a lot of these places you go to, like I said, new places that you discover things.
Yeah.
Some of them are underwater.
Right.
Some of them are, you got to climb up trees and whatnot. So I think it would be an interesting thing, to expose more people to it.
Yeah.
And
It's really
B,
easy to
yeah.
do too.
It is. Yeah.
All you do is, here's how I do it. I do an intro, know the content, do an exit for each segment, and then I take it, download it to my computer, just I edit it together. Even I put commercials in it, my intro song, exit song. It's really easy. And then I have a whole show. It takes like a 15-minute segments on YouTube, and you can just give it a good name. I call mine the Ronald Show 2011. Now for 2012, I'm getting a new one. But you could make yours like the geocaching show, global adventures, treasure hunt, or something like that.
Yeah.
And then a couple of you guys are the host of each segment. All right, here we're about to go, and we're finding this thing or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know, just an idea, because I like to do it. And if you guys already have your camera, that's cool.
yeah, we were thinking about it. So
Yeah.
that's awesome. Well, thank you very much. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
Yep.
Have fun.
Oh, we're going to.
When I'm going to get your information so I give it to Sandy.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I left my
Oh
email
yeah,
address.
yeah. All right.
Now
Yeah, this
available
is
at Amazon and Barnes & Noble. is Harry Johnson, Diary of a Gigolo Porn Star. The crazy adventure of a 1951 born male in Beaufort, Georgia with a 2-foot penis that grows to 3 feet. He goes on to become an international porn star after becoming a war hero in Vietnam. Get it today at Amazon or Barnes & Noble.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it is perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex. Let me introduce you to my good buddy here, Max. Max is an English Mastiff, and isn't he a beauty? He's huge. Look at him. Say hi. Look at him. Say hi to the audience. Boy. Yeah, he's a big, strong dog. Look at his head. It's bigger than my head. Don't bark. He's a calm dog, too. Here, come here. Come on up here. Come here, Max. Come here. Look, come here. Max. He's camera shy. There he goes. Into the house. Look at him. Look at him. Max, come here. Here he comes. Here he comes. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Yeah. This is my brother-in-law Stu's dog. His name is Max. He's an English Mastiff. And he's only a year and a half old, and he's like 210 or 220 pounds. He needs to go to juice fast. Now, he's supposed to be this big. Look at how big his face is. Look at how big that face is, huh? Max is the cutest dog in the world, and he's huge. Look at his head is up to here on me. It's just a monster. He's a bit of a monster. He likes to play. All right, and he listens well. All right, go ahead, go lay down. All right. Thanks for watching this segment of the Ronald Show, starring Max. Yeah. All right, we'll be back after this. Peace. What if a government intelligence analyst from the Pentagon is forced to save mankind from extinction and the world from destruction, but first he must evolve into the Messiah and create the plan to save the world? The 21st century Messiah arrives, battles dark forces, and sparks the Armageddon that leads to the apocalypse, rapture, the 2012 pole shift, and extraterrestrial contact. Buy the book today by Ronald Farnham at Amazon and Barnes & Noble. The Second Coming of the Messiah, Book 1, The Awakening. Hello everyone and welcome to the Ronald Show. It is the afternoon, almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday, January 23rd. I believe today's the 23rd. I don't have my phone on me, but as you can see, throughout the day, it can be an interesting day for me on the Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it is perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex. Now, as far as collapse goes, of life as we know it, as perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex, it's much less of a collapse, as much more, it really is a new world ordering. We are going to have an order for the new world that we're moving into, and it's a slow transformation. It's probably going to take a couple of generations, but my goal here is to get the information flowing so that as we do move into this new world and the order which we flow into, whether it be a dictatorship globally or a human sovereign planet, we have that choice to make as individuals. And we were able to demonstrate that today as individuals when dealing with the police. If you know how to verbally contract, then you can, honestly, your power is limitless if you understand your responsibility of your public trust, your private trust, and you, the human vessel, and how to negotiate a verbal contract. So, what I really want to do in this segment is actually give you a personal live music concert. Now, I don't claim to be the greatest musician or the greatest singer. However, I do claim to have written 4 original songs. I picked up a guitar about 2 years ago, maybe 3. I lost track of time. It's 2012, so 2009 I believe I got my guitar. And I've just been playing on and off for a few years, not really learning other people's songs. I decided not to learn anybody else's songs. I decided to only play and invent my own sound, my own music. And so I have come up with 4 songs. The first song I ever wrote was called Love at First Sight, an ode to Clarence and Alabama Worley, and I will play that now. It's my very first song. And then after that, we'll take a break, and I'll come back and I'll play a few more songs in this concert. Alright, this song is called Love at First Sight. I just had my guitar restrung. This is a Yamaha, and I think it's an original. See the red tag? Original Yamaha. I don't know if you can read that, but this is before they started getting mass produced, so this is a good quality $400 or $500 guitar, and it sounds good. It's a good sounding guitar. At least, you know, when somebody who's playing it knows how to play guitar. Like I said, my skills are limited, but I always strive to improve on everything. So, here's my first song I ever wrote called Love at First Sight. It's an ode to Clarence and Alabama Worley, the 2 main characters in the Quentin Tarantino written movie True Romance, directed by Tony Scott.
Smiled at me and said, how do you do? How do you do? How do you do? How do you do? I met a girl, she looked like you. I said to her with a great big smile, hold my hand and let's walk for a mile or 2. Me and you. How do you do? How do you do? Me and you. Hold my hand and let's walk for a mile or 2. do. From then on it was just me and you. How do you do? How do you do? How do you do? Me and you. Very next day we said I do. From then on it was just me and you.
Thank you, and that is Love at First Sight, an original song by me, Ronald. And the title of the song is called Love at First Sight. Thanks for watching The Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it is perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex, and we will be back with another song right after this. Peace.
Now available at Amazon and Barnes & Noble is Harry Johnson, Diary of a Gigolo Porn Star. The crazy adventure of a 1951-born male in Beaufort, Georgia with a 2-foot penis that grows to 3 feet. He goes on to become an international porn star after becoming a war hero in Vietnam. Get it today at Amazon or Barnes & Noble.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to The Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it is perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex. And we are back for the next song. I've written 4 songs. I just played you Love at First Sight. And now I can play you, I have 3 other songs. One is the theme show to this song, which you've heard a million times, and I'm sure you don't want to hear, this. And now, ladies and gentlemen, so you've heard that. I'm sure you don't want to hear that. So that's the second song. Basically, it's the theme to The Ronald Show. It's the Ronald Show theme. And then I have 2 other songs. One is called Tropical Trail, and the other is called I Know a Little About Lovin'. So I think I will play Tropical Trail first. Alright, and this song is called Tropical Trail. This song is actually this second song I wrote, and it's dedicated, or it was written for and about a guy named Jim Asher. He was driving down Tropical Trail on Merritt Island, and in 1985, 86, and he hit a big tree that used to be on Tropical Trail. This big tree used to be there before they cut it down, and it had reflectors all over it, and several people died hitting that tree driving too fast, and Jim hit that tree going too fast and died. And so this song is about 2 guys about to speed their way down Tropical Trail as kind of a rite of passage, zipping of bravado, bravado or, good timesmanship. Some young, maybe 18, 19, 20-year-old kids heading off to college. These 2 guys are going to speed down Tropical Trail, turn around, come back, past the tree. They got to go by it once and come back again. And that's what it's about. It's about passing a test in life, getting past the difficult part, and then turning around and seeing how easy it is to do it again. Once you've gone through some difficult thing, like they say, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And so the tree doesn't kill them, but they have Jim in their mind. Someone that's close to them or that they knew that hit that tree and died, so they know it's possible. That you're not always going to survive all of the challenges, and eventually we all succumb to a final challenge that basically buries us. So you live your life overcoming challenges, and that's really the underlying theme of that song, overcoming this song, Tropical Trail, is overcoming challenges. And it's also the theme of this show, the Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it is perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex. The challenge of regaining or having sovereignty, actually control over your property. And that's what I'm teaching you on this show, is control over your public trust, your private trust, and your human vessel. And then also of your automobiles and your land. You want to be able to control all of those things. Once you learn how to do that and negotiate properly, then your power and potential is unlimited. All right, so here's the second song I'm going to play for you. Or I guess the third. I played a little bit of the Ronald theme. But this song is called Tropical Trail, about Jim Asher.
Long time ago down Tropical Trail, two young men, they were set to sail. But down that road and far away stands the tree that took Jim away. If you go down Tropical Trail, just beware that you could fail. Should we go? Should we go? Should we go? Should we go? We just can't live here forever. We're gonna have a good time together. We're gonna be happy forever. We will. You'll see. It's pedal to the metal in the front floor. These young men, they were set to song. But down that road far away stands the tree that took Jim away. If you go down Tropical Trail, just beware that you could fail. Should we go? Should we go? Should we go?
I screwed up.
Should we go? We just can't wait here forever. We're gonna have a good time together. We're gonna be happy forever. We'll see. They came and went and they kicked some ass. They turned around and went really fast. Back down by the tree in a flare, the tree that took Jim away. If you go down Tropical Trail, just beware that you could fail. If you fail this one time, you won't get a second time. Should we go? We came, we saw, we kicked some ass. We turned around and made another pass. We just couldn't wait here forever. We were gonna be happy together. We're gonna live happy together. We will see. It's true.
And that's the closest I've ever come, actually, to playing that song in its entirety with words and stuff like that. That's basically it. That's as finished as it is right now up to this point. It's the most I've ever even done. I don't even really have all the words for it. It's called Tropical Trail. It's got 3 verses, a couple of intro, the intro, the close, and everything like that. That's basically how everything is. Everything has a beginning, middle, and ending, and a theme that runs through it. You can do it to apply that to songs or stories, because songs are stories and poems. All right. Thanks for watching The Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it is perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex. Remember, life's about overcoming challenges. That's what that song was about, Tropical Trail. Thanks for watching the show. When we come back after this, I will sing you the 4th song I've written called I Know a Little About Lovin'. All right, we'll be back after this. Peace.
How to write a screenplay in 30 days or less. It includes the logline, theme, synopsis, outline, and screenplay of the 3 magic questions. Learn how to write a screenplay in 30 days or less, or your money back. Get it today at Amazon or Barnes & Noble.
Hi, and welcome back to the Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it as perpetrated by the global military industrial complex. I am Ronald, your host, and we're back, and I'm going to play my 4th and final song of the concert series. And this song is called I Know a Little About Lovin'. And it just kind of came about on its own, and I don't even really know what the chords are, because I didn't really play this song, or any of the songs really, according to traditional chords. I just would just pick up and put down fingers, and whatever I thought sounded good, I would just play. So this song is called I Know a Little About Lovin'. And I like this song. It's not really about anything other than I know a little about lovin'. I wrote the song musical part first, and then I just started filling in words on how the music sounded. And so the first words that came to me were, well, I know a little about lovin', you know. Well, I know a little about lovin'. And so that's how it kind of goes. So here we go. Well, I know about lovin'. I know so about you. And I know a little about lovin'. And lovin' knows a little about you. And that's basically, ooh, I just hit my funny bone. I know a little about lovin'. Now that really hurt. I'm like in a lot of pain right now. Just hit my not so funny bone. Anyway, that's the song I Know a Little About Lovin'. Yeah, sugar-free Red Bull. Don't drink it. It'll kill you. With prolonged use. And I've only been using now for about 4 days, 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks. A little more than 4 days. So that's I Know a Little About Lovin'. You do that, what I just did 3 times, and you got your song. And I haven't put the words to it other than I know a little about lovin', but it's really about, you know, we fell, we met, da-da, and we fell in love, and you know, that part. I don't know. I held you tight in your song, I fell in love and I looked into your eyes and so that's kind of the feel that the song has, but that's basically I Know a Little About Lovin'. And that's everything I've got musically on the guitar. So you got the Ronald's theme song. You got Tropical Trail. You got Love at First Sight. And you got I Know a Little About Lovin'. Alright, thank you for watching The Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it is perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex. I'm Ronald. Alright, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Peace. What if a government intelligence analyst from the Pentagon is forced to save mankind from extinction and the world from destruction, but first he must evolve into the Messiah and create the plan to save the world? The 21st century Messiah arrives, battles dark forces, and sparks the Armageddon that leads to the apocalypse, rapture, the 2012 pole shift, and extraterrestrial contact. Buy the book today by Ronald Farnham at Amazon and Barnes & Noble. The Second Coming of the Messiah, Book 1, The Awakening.
You're in for a treat. Phil Schneider has 17 years experience working in the government black projects. He carried a level 3 security clearance. He's a former government geologist and engineer in the black projects, underground bases at areas 51, S4, and Los Alamos. He's going to expand your mind here this morning. Please welcome Mr. Phil Schneider.
I'm Phil Schneider. I spent 17 years in black budget programs, government geologist, as engineer, structural engineer with aerospace applications. Self-taught metallurgist, became kind of famous in my own right. I basically would have a set of notes here, but they're unavailable in all this melee. Up here I have different artifacts explaining some of them are alien metals that have been produced both on this planet and the confines of outer space that are now used in all stealth aircraft. All stealth aircraft, for instance, all black jets, what you're seeing of black helicopters and the like. The skins and the coatings and the residues that are used predominantly in the aircraft themselves, in the airframes and the rotor blades and the fans, and in some cases in submarines, special titanium hulls in the Phoenix class submarines now. All this has come from alien technology. 1947 is what the public has been told. Something crashed in the backyard in New Mexico, a place called Roswell, New Mexico. Unfortunately, that's what the public's been told. The military's known about the alien question for the better part of 70 years, and they first saw their glimpse of what was going on as early as 1909 in the American Southwest. Now, Army cavalry evidently were chasing some bandits, and they entered this cave. They were holed up in a cave, and what they found in there was flying discs and little gray guys and all kinds of weird things, and they didn't know how to explain that, and they wrote them down as best they could, and it's been in secret archives ever since. And it's up down by the Truth or Consequences area of New Mexico. Well, the alien thing is more than just what I'd call a non-visible threat. We on the surface, first of all information dealing with alien or alien reproduced technology or alien reproduced vehicles or any other kinds of things well hidden from the American public. Our black budget, for instance, garners $1.023 trillion every 2 years. It's over $500 billion a year. Right now, there are 131 active deep underground military bases in the United States. There's 1,477 of them worldwide. Each one has an average cost of $17 to $19 billion. Each one is built in the site. It used to be it'd take a year to 2 years to build each one, and now they're capable of building a couple of them a year with sophisticated methods. My colleague Al Bielek has actually been on some of the high-speed railways, the magneto-leviton trains that connect all the deep underground military bases within the United States. He's been on a Mach 2 train and floats off of a single rail at 3/4 of an inch off the rail, and is what you'd call high tech. We have nothing like this on the surface. The public basically has been totally lied to. We're considered stupid or even moronic in some cases. It's got to stop. If we're going to gain our country back, we must, and I repeat, must instill in our public officials, anybody that goes and does public service, they must tell us the truth. And if they cannot do this, then they must be impeached, or they must be removed from office. If this cannot occur, if the truth cannot totally come out, there are reasons for secrecy, for instance, but if the truth cannot totally come out, what's the use in us having anything called freedom? Okay, now I have pictures here that I'm going to show you during the break in artifacts, and I ask you to kind of look at them but not handle them. I have actual crashed retrieval metal from Roswell, New Mexico. It's given to me when I was 14 years old. For instance, I've got other things. I've got pieces of titanium, a special titanium alloy made for everything from the original SR-71 Blackberry. That's old hat now. F-117As, they're old hat now. They're making a whole new class of hypersonic above Mach 5 aircraft that employ extremely modern charged particle beam weapons. They don't even use lasers anymore. Computer-enhanced imaging radar, although it's used in helicopters for public surveillance, computer-enhanced imaging radar, and in satellite technology. The brand new kid on the block is a kind of infrared technology where a satellite 150,000 miles out in a geosynchronous orbit, or not quite geosynchronous orbit, but these spy satellites can literally look in and see a dime on the floor, say on your kitchen floor. They have a resolution factor of 99.999961. This particular piece of metal, I'm going to drop it on the floor here. It'll kind of ring like a bell. You can't break it. Withstand temperatures in excess of 7,500 degrees Fahrenheit. It has niobium in it. It also has mironite in it, element 123. Yeah, please do. It's in a It's in a non-crystalline form. This is just kind of a dripping out of the main crucible. Here's a crystalline example. It's in the scalenohedral crystalline form. We got this from the large grays technology. This is grown in the confines of outer space, which has not quite a super vacuum, but by the way, this is capable of withstanding temperatures in excess of 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit. It's great for certain parts of aircraft. This kind of material I work with on a daily basis.
How to write a screenplay in 30 days or less. It includes the logline, theme, synopsis, outline, and screenplay of the 3 magic questions. Learn how to write a screenplay in 30 days or less, or your money back. Get it today at Amazon or Barnes & Noble.